Hi, I'm Jesse Miles, and I want to help you create the freedom to pursue your own great adventure. I want you to turn your passion into your paycheck. A big part of doing that is following 3 steps to an idea and making sure that you are not making mistakes in one of these 3 steps. I think a lot of failed businesses and failed projects make a mistake in one of these 3 steps. So the 3 steps to any successful business are: 1, don't lie to yourself. That's number 1. Do not lie to yourself. When forming the idea, when deciding on the business or the project, do not lie to yourself. Number 2 is take yourself seriously. Don't take yourself as a joke. Don't treat yourself like a joke. Take yourself seriously. Number 3 is get other people to take you seriously. Get taken seriously by the world. So usually when a business or a project fails, it comes down to a mistake in one of these 3 steps. First of all, in the development stage of the idea, it all comes down to not lying to yourself. I lied to myself when I sold a successful business on my 25th birthday and bought a tour van and drove to Seattle to try to become a rock star. That's what I did on my 25th birthday. And there were a few lies within that decision that I was believing. One was about the music industry and about how easy it would be to make money in music. Second was how easy it would be to make money in rock and roll specifically in 2018. Third was that I could do it in Seattle where I knew no one, where I had no contacts and didn't know any other musicians, didn't know any venues, nothing. And then one of the last lies was that, generally speaking, that it would be as simple as I naively imagined it to be. I was special. It should have been a cakewalk. When you set out to take on a project or a business, you want to be as honest with yourself as possible about the difficulty that you're going to face. Because otherwise, when that difficulty comes, it'll blindside you, like a total surprise. Oh, I didn't see this coming. Oh, wow, I'm so shocked that it's so difficult. You really want to be honest with yourself about the level of difficulty, about the challenges you're going to face, and you want to be as wide-eyed and understanding as possible without tipping over into negativity, without becoming pessimistic about it. You want to be optimistically aware, optimistically understanding of the situation. You don't want to be lying to yourself. The other thing you don't want to lie to yourself about is whether you are a good fit for the project. Because maybe there are lies within the project or within the business itself, but one of the worst lies is that I'm a good fit for this. Because often people start something because they have tipped into calculating, strategizing more than the love of the game. And they go after something that they just think is going to make money. And a couple years into it, they realize, this isn't me. I'm not a good fit for this. I can't keep doing this because I hate it. I realized this after running a food cart, catering and events business for 3 years. This is the business I sold to go to become a rock star. And I realized that I just was not a chef. I was not that interested in food. I was interested in music. I was interested in business. But I really was not interested in being a culinary wizard in the kitchen and experimenting and being a chef. I didn't particularly enjoy it. And I wasn't lying to myself in that business when I got into it because I didn't know myself very well. I didn't know that I wasn't the right fit for that business. So it took me 3 years to realize that. I wasn't telling myself any lies. And I think the reason the business was successful was because I went into it very understanding and I went into it very wide-eyed and aware. But over the course of 3 years, I realized this isn't a good fit for me. There are things I'm more passionate about that even though they are less likely to be profitable, I should pursue. Unfortunately, I wasn't honest with myself in those pursuits, and it took me a while to face those uncomfortable truths. So you don't want to lie to yourself. Second of all, you want to take yourself seriously. I see a lot of people struggle with this, especially if they are comedians, especially if they're jokesters. Everything's a joke. Everything's funny. Ha 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 ha. Oh, we should buy a bar. Ha 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 ha. Oh, it wouldn't it be funny if we went to Europe? Ha 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 ha. And these jokesters can fall in the trap of never getting taken seriously and never taking themselves seriously. everything's funny, everything is a laugh, and nothing is serious. And it's a problem when it's something you really do take seriously. Inside you do take it seriously. You want to. You think about it a lot. You want to take it seriously, but when you mention it to other people, you have to turn it into a joke. And this can be a real problem if you want to pursue that thing, if you want to create a business, or if you want to start a project in this sphere. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to look in the mirror and say, you're going to do this, and you're the right person for it, and it fits you, and you're going to win. You're going to pull this off. You got this. If you can't do that, if you can't take it seriously, then it'll just be a dream forever, right? And then it doesn't matter if you're lying to yourself or if you're honest with yourself about it, because you can't take yourself seriously. So that's essential. Number 2 is you've got to take yourself seriously. Final step is you need to get the world to take you seriously. And it's funny that in the 3 steps of an idea or a project, really everything business, marketing, advertising, sales, profit, all of that is really part of step 3. But in my mind, there's 2 essential steps before we even get to anything you would learn in business school. In business school, you're learning how to get the world to take you seriously. That's everything you learn in business or marketing or advertising or sales or entrepreneurship. All of that is how to get the world to take you seriously, but it really starts 2 steps back with not lying to yourself and taking yourself seriously. So once you have to get the world to take you seriously, then it comes into all the whole toolbox that you have in business and in entrepreneurship and in sales, marketing, advertising, product development, research, analytics, everything. And when you're in that step, you want to constantly reassert step 1 and 2. Make sure that you are not lying to yourself and that you're still taking yourself as seriously as ever, constantly. While you're within step 3, you need to be constantly re-hitting step 1 and 2. Yep, I'm still not lying to myself. Yep, I'm still looking in the mirror and as strong as ever. So I think that with those 3 steps, you can run any successful business. And I know I glazed over step 3, but we're going to talk a lot more about that in all of the tools that come with business and with entrepreneurship and getting the world to take you seriously in your project or your business. The final question you have to answer is, what do you care about enough to take seriously? And that's really what it comes down to. What do I care about enough to not lie about it to myself, to take myself seriously when I do it, and to get the world to take me seriously while I do it? What do you care about enough to be taken seriously?